If a man taketh a wife, and hath her, and she findeth not grace before his eyes, for some vileness or uncleanness, he shall write a little book of forsaking, and he shall give it in her hand, and he shall deliver her from his house. And when she goeth out from him, and weddeth another husband, and he also hateth her, and giveth to her a little book of forsaking, and delivereth her from his house, either certainly he is dead, the former husband shall not be able to receive her again into wife, for she is defiled and made abominable before the Lord, lest thou make thy land to do sin, which thy Lord God hath given to thee to wield. When a man hath taken late a wife, he shall not go forth to battle, neither anything of the common needs shall be enjoined to him, but he shall give attention without blame to his household, that he be glad in 1 year with his wife. Thou shalt not take instead of a wed the lower and higher queen stone of thy brother, for he hath put his life to thee. If thou shalt not take instead of a wed the lower and the higher queen stone of thy brother, for he hath put his life to thee. If a man is taken, that is, convicted in doom, busily ambushing to steal his brother of the sons of Israel, and when he hath sold him, taketh price, he shall be slain, and thus thou shalt do away evil from the midst of thee. Keep thou diligently, lest thou run into the sickness of leprosy, but thou shalt do whatever things that the priest of the kin of Levi teach thee, by that I commanded to them, and fulfill thou it diligently. Have ye mind what things your Lord God did to Marie in the way when ye went out of Egypt. When thou shalt ask of thy neighbor anything that he oweth to thee, thou shalt not enter into his house, that thou take away from him a wed, but thou shalt stand without forth, and he shall bring forth to thee that he hath. And if he is poor, his wed shall not abide by night with thee, but anon thou shalt yield his wed to him before the going down of the sun, that he sleep in his cloth, and bless thee, and thou have right wiseness before thy Lord God. Thou shalt not deny the hire of thy brother, needy and poor, either of the comeling that dwelleth with thee in thy land, and is within thy gates. But in the same day thou shalt yield to him the price of his travail before the going down of the sun, for he is poor, and sustaineth thereof his life, lest he cry against thee to the Lord, and it be reckoned to thee into sin. The fathers shall not be slain for the sons, neither the sons for the fathers, but each man shall die for his own sin. Thou shalt not waywardly turn, or misdeem the doom of the comeling, or of the fatherless, either motherless child, neither thou shalt take away instead of a wed the cloth of a widow. Have thou mind that thou servest in Egypt, and thy Lord God delivered thee from thence. Therefore I command to thee that thou do this thing. When thou reapest corn in thy field, and forgettest, and leavest to reap, thou shalt not turn again to take it, but thou shalt suffer a comeling and a fatherless, either motherless child, and a widow take it away, that thy Lord God bless thee in all the work of thine hands. If thou gatherest the fruits of olives, whatever thing leaveth in the trees, thou shalt not turn again to gather it, but thou shalt leave it. But thou shalt leave it to a comeling, a fatherless, either motherless, and to a widow. If thou gatherest grapes of thy vinery, thou shalt not gather raisins that leave or be left, but those shall fall into the uses of the comeling, or of the fatherless, either motherless, and of the widow. Have thou mind that also thou servest in Egypt, and therefore I command to thee that thou do this thing.